Hazbin Hotel. The first, and definitely not the last, non-FNF ranking that we will be doing on this channel. And I figured it was only right to start off with one of my favorite TV shows out there. Now, be warned, if you're below 13, I would recommend you don't watch this because there is a lot of swearing in this. Like, a lot. Now, with that out of the way, we should probably discuss how it's going to be different than an FNF ranking. First of all, no SS's and no G tiers. My favorite for this stuff is S tiers, which is the stuff that I want to add to my playlist, and no G tiers because nothing's absolutely god-awful. Now, for what I'm not ranking the pilot episodes songs. I'm not ranking the intro music. I'm not ranking the outro music. I'm not ranking anything that might be coming in Season 2. I will be doing Season 2 when it comes out, probably combined with Season 1. But for now, what we're working with is pretty solid. However, there is something I don't like much at all, and it's unfortunate we'll have to start off with. I'm so happy, oh, lucky me. Happy Day in Hell is my easy least favorite of the entire OST. Look, even back when I had some respect for this song, I still really did not like this song a ton. Like, granted, it's not awful. There are some things about this song I like, and by some, I mean one thing, and that's Charlie. Charlie sounds very good in every song she sings in, except one. That song, we'll get to that later, but she sounds solid in this song. However, there's also one freaking massive issue. The second Charlie gets out into the street, that's when everything just gets really, really bad. Because this isn't the first time OST has done this, but it has a tendency to throw in a bunch of unnecessary characters to try and make the song quote-unquote better, and it's so messy. Like, we don't see any of these characters ever again. So why are they throwing them in? It's so freaking annoying. If it was just a solo with Charlie, I might as well get a B tier. But every time there's another character saying that's not Charlie, it just actively annoys me. So freaking mad. Granted, the instrumental is fine. It's not bad per se, but I really do not like this song. Like, it's every single song besides this one is something that I'll at least tolerate listening to, but this is the one song I do not want to come back to. Ever.
I hate you, you hate me.
Respectless. Okay, we're entering C tiers now, but for a while I used to really not like this song. Like, this one's tolerable at parts, but for quite a few parts I feel like cringing. And you know what? I know why. It's Velvet. I hate her voice. I hate her attitude. She just sounds so freaking bad. I don't like her British voice. I don't like her at all. Like, and she's just not good. Carmelia sounds good in the song. Her voice is not the greatest, but it is pretty solid in the song. Let's get to the song I don't like. It's short, which is, I guess, something I can praise. Because I don't listen to the song any more than I have to. But I do not like Respectless at all. Again the reason the one isn't D tier is because Carmelia is pretty good the entire time she sings, but every time that Velvet sings, which is most of the song, is not really good. I'm sorry, but I do not like Respectless at all.
So why don't I just cut to the chase, since I already know where you're going?
Hell is forever. This song exists, kind of. It has some positivity in it, like Charlie is pretty solid. I don't think she's used to her greatest potential here, but she's used well enough. And it's a good opening, but the problem is the second Adam starts singing, this is where I start having problems. Remember I said that Velvet has my least favorite voice? Adam is literally right on Velvet's heels. Like, he's not as annoying as Velvet, but he's on the same level as bad. His writing is somewhat good. It's not great, but it's tolerable. The instrumental is also, it feels like it's a bit too rock themed, which I don't really like in this song. Which is weird because I usually love rock instrumentals, but I do not like this. Especially when he pulls out the freaking guitar. It just gets really annoying. Like, this song is not really good. Like, it's better than Respectless and Happy Day in Hell, because Charlie has a good intro, and some of Adam's lyrics are good, but his voice just kills the mood for me, and so does the instrumental at most parts. And again, I don't love every part of the song. Like, yeah, some of it just exists, some of it's bad. The intro's good, again, but it's just not one I want to come back to.
Hello.
I genuinely have nothing to say about Welcome to Heaven. Like, this song basically exists, and that's kind of it for me. Like, St. Peter's voice is fine, Sarah's voice is fine, Emily's voice is fine, the instrumental is fine, the writing is fine, there's nothing I dislike, and there's nothing I like either. In fact, the reason I'm not any higher is because, while the remaining 13 songs have problems, well, besides my top 3, which don't really have problems, they just have stronger positives, which this song really doesn't feel like it has a positive, but again, it doesn't really feel like it has a negative either. It's just a song that exists.
Wait, you didn't know?
Whenever I listen to You Didn't Know, I'm always so torn on this song, because there's aspects I really like, but at the same time, there's also the exact same amount of aspects that I really do not like either. I want to get some positives out of the way first. First off, Emily's voice. I think it's very well done. It kind of reminds me of a angelic Charlie, which is very nice. And speaking of Charlie, her voice sounds good the entire way through, except there is one part I don't love, but we'll get there later. Then there's Sarah. Her voice is pretty good. Not my favorite, but she's solid enough. However, then there's a giant problem. There's actually two problems. Lute and Adam. They had to come back for their encore, and guess what? They still don't sound good at all. Especially Adam. He just throws in another freaking Hell is Forever motif, and it's not good. And I feel like the first half is very good, but the second half is just so poorly done. It feels like every time I listen to this song, I'm torn on it. Because at one time, I like this song, but on the other half, I don't like this song. I am so unbelievably torn on this one because I like it, but it has so many problems, especially its poor ending. Like, it just is not a song I like. And, you know, maybe I'll come back to this song when Season 2 comes out, and maybe I'll grow into this one more, but for now, the only thing I can do is put this one in C tier and just go with it.
So, what do we do now, Mr. Big Time Gambler?
Ready for this. Okay, we're finally entering songs that I'm starting to enjoy, and I'm listening the entire way through. But if I'll be completely real, I don't have a ton to say on this song. Like, it's good, it has a lot of good attributes, it has a couple okay attributes, and an attribute that I don't love. To start with the first part, Charlie's voice is very nice most of the way through. I think the only time I don't like is this part right here is not great with Charlie's voice. I don't really try and take a cowboy accent. I guess it kind of works after a while, but it really does not start off the greatest. And this song has kind of the same problem as Happy Day in Hell. A lot of different voices. But this time, it's a lot more coordinated, and that just feels like it's messy. Which is something I actually quite like, because that's kind of what held Happy Day in Hell back. It was so messy. It wasn't good, but this time it actually works very well, because these characters are important. And their voices sound mostly good, nothing I'd absolutely despise. Rosie also sounds very good the entire way through. I love Rosie's voice. And Alistair also sounds very good. I haven't discussed Alistair's voice much yet, but Alistair sounds very good the entire way. Every time Alistair sings, it's great. This song is good. I just don't really feel like it deserves to rank any higher because it still has a few too many voices, and I'll be honest, this one just is kind of forgettable at some parts. You know, I don't have a ton to say with Loser Baby, not gonna lie. This is just one song that I think is good. Now, if I have any... This one's hard to talk about, but I'll try my best. To start off, the first half is kind of just okay. I don't really like it, but at the same time, I also don't hate it. It's hard to talk about. Like, Husk's voice is pretty good, and I think his writing is solid. Angel also sounds pretty good. I'm not huge on Angel's voice, but it's pretty good. Although, around this part right here, when the song starts getting good, because the instrumental kicks up a bit, and Husk's voice acting singing is pretty solid in this part, and this is when Angel really starts singing. Again, I think Angel's voice is pretty good. It's not great, and it's not used to the greatest here. I think it was used better in both Poison and the finale, but it's used well enough here. All of his writing is also solid, especially when Angel really starts singing. It just sounds really good here. I don't have a ton to say on this song. Like, this song is good. It has a few problems, but nothing hugely that I dislike. I just make it really higher because I just feel like the remaining 9 songs were better.
First, the old guy was all, "You're not yourself. You're the one that killed the angel."
You know, I don't really think I've ever really heard anybody talk about Whatever It Takes, because, you know what, I can somewhat understand why nobody talks about this song, and we'll get to that problem later, but to start off, the first half with Carmilla is very good. As I've said in the past, I like Carmilla's voice quite a bit, and Zestial's voice, like, he kind of talked in Respectless, but he talked for like a second, so I don't really think I'll bring it up. His voice is also good. The instrumental is a bit quiet in the first part. It's not bad per se because it brings more into Carmilla's voice, and it does kick up after a bit, so I guess that's something. So if the first half's really good, then why do I not have the song in even an A tier? Well, it's Vaggie. Look, Vaggie's my favorite character from this entire show, and her iconic thing is she's got a lower voice to counteract with Charlie's higher pitch. But in almost every song Vaggie's singing in, she has a higher pitched voice, and I really do not like how it sounds at all. Her writing is fine, I guess, but it just feels more like what Carmilla was singing, and I'm really not a big fan of it. Like, it's serviceable, but it's not great. Another thing I don't really like about the song is the fact that it's way too long. It's almost 3 minutes long, and I feel like this ending stretch with Carmilla and Vaggie probably could have been shortened down a little bit because it's really not all that great. So while this song has positives, it unfortunately has a couple too many negatives to rank it an A tier. Like, I like this song, but it's not something I want to come back to on a ton of re-listens.
This little bitch is a traitor.
You know, whenever I listen to It Starts With Sorry, or I hear people talk about this song, it's usually a lot of negativity, not gonna lie. And you know what? I can somewhat understand that, but for me, I really like this song. For starters, Charlie's singing in it, so already plus. Sir Pentious' voice, it's the only time he really ever sings in this show. Like, actually the only time if I'm not mistaken. And he sounds pretty solid. Angel and Vaggie are alright. I can't really hear Vaggie because Angel's completely overshadowing her, but I guess it's not awful. And the instrumental is pretty solid. I just don't absolutely adore this song. Like, it's good, but I don't think it's really good. I think it's solid the entire way through, but it's not perfect.
You had one job. Just the one.
Hell's Greatest Dad is one of the most popular songs from the entire OST, and you know what? I totally get that. This song is really good. However, I've got a problem with it. We'll get to that later, though, because this first half is genuinely incredible. In fact, if this was the entire first half was the only part of the song, I would throw the song in first place. Not even a question, because Lucifer's voice is very good, like the entire way through. However, Lucifer does not compare to Alistair. Alistair is one of my favorite characters in the show, and he's got one of my favorite voices too. He just sounds really good, and when these two are arguing, it feels like Stayed Gone, which that's good too. I like how Lucifer is just trying to support his daughter, while Alistair is just reminiscing on all the memories they've gone through. And then comes this instrument section. The starting section is pretty nice. I don't think the piano's the way to go for Alistair. The violin kind of works for Lucifer, and so does the accordion. And then comes the second half, which really does not concern the same energy in the first half, which is unfortunately a problem. That's not my biggest problem, though, no. My biggest problem is easily Mimsy. I hate Mimsy section so much, and it's actually what's killing the song for an S tier, and maybe even top 3. I don't like how Mimsy sounds, I don't like the writing, I don't think the intro takes complete 180, I don't like that section. If they cut it, totally would be an S tier, but they don't, and I'm left with what I'm left with. More Than Anything Reprise. This song is beautiful. And this is just... It's the best part of More Than Anything, but just sprinkled in with a little bit betterness. So, why is the song not higher? Because as much as I love this song, it's too short. It's not even a minute long, and I just want more than a minute of this song. This song could be first place if there was like 2 minutes. Like, that's not even a joke. I don't mind anything about this song. Not even Vaggy's voice, even though it's still a little bit too high-pitched. It still sounds very good in this song. I love this song. Finale. This song is perfect in almost every aspect, but this song just is everything I want from the ending song from this OST. To begin, this first part is genuinely perfect, and I think I actually cried when I first heard it because of how good it was. Lucifer is also singing this song. I guess to be fair, everybody is, but Lucifer and Charlie are easily the 2 best singers in this entire song. He doesn't sing in a ton of songs. Again, 3, the 2 in episode 5, and this one. He sounds really good, and the instrumental really starts picking up here, and it just sounds really good, and his voice, his writing is just, it's perfect. It shows that the stage is done, but the show can keep going. And then it goes on to everybody starts singing. This part, it's good here. It's got a slight problem later, but we'll get there when we get there. And then we get into them rebuilding the hotel, which sounds very good the entire way through. Not a single problem with the entire section. Angel, Nifty, Charlie, Lucifer, everybody who sings here is just very good tier. I guess I had a problem. I don't love how Husk sounds, but I don't personally mind that. Then the V's show up. I used to hate this part. I don't anymore. I think it's actually pretty solid. I guess it could be worse if Velvet were singing, but thank God she's not. Valentino is not great, but Vox is definitely picking up his slack. quite a bit, and I do like how the instrumental sounds here. And then there's Alistair's section. His section I used to, again, dislike, but I've grown to enjoy it quite a great deal more. His voice is pretty solid here. I don't think it's used to the best. Like, it really shows what the pain Alistair's going through. He wants to be free from the shackles that he's stuck in, but we don't know what that is. Who made those shackles? Was it Lucifer? Was it Lilith? Who could it have been? It makes his parts just seem very ominous. Now, if I have any problems with this song, this ending is not the greatest. I don't like that there's so many voices overlapping each other, which is really not my favorite thing. Like, this song, look, I love this song, but this ending kills this one from being top 3. But seriously, this song is amazing, and I really like it.
Alistair came back, and he is with Lucifer's daughter, and that wasn't the first fucking thing you told me!
Stayed gone. Before we get started, I want to say something. This spot, my number 3 spot, and my number 2 spot switch all the time, so when Season 2 comes around, this one will probably be ranking higher on my personal list. Now, to begin the intro, I want to start off with the immediate plus. Vox's singing is very good. I quite like Vox's voice in this song, a lot better than it was in Finale, and it's a lot better than Velvet and Valentino, not even a question. Something I like that the song takes after is feels just a constant argument between Vox and Alistair. Speaking of Alistair, his section is very good. I think it's slightly better than Vox's section in a couple parts. For most part, I think Vox has better sections, but Alistair, whenever he has a better section, it just completely runs over Vox. I love that Alistair's not really trying to take this seriously, while Vox is just furious at him. Alistair's saying something as a joke, which is funny because that's kind of how this argument goes between these two. Vox is serious, and Alistair honestly just doesn't really give a damn at all, and it's funny. This song makes me laugh. However, it does have one massive problem. I am not the biggest fan of this ending. Like, it's good, but it's not great, and it's kind of what's holding this song back from being any higher than number 4 for right now. Still, an amazing song that I love coming back to.
Oh shucks, it is lunchtime. Time to drink my yummy bottle of poison.
Poison is one of the most popular songs in this entire OST, and I totally get that. This is one of the first songs from their OST that I connected with. Like, it's really good. Angel's voice sounds good the entire way through. I love the solo performance here. Usually I don't love solo performances, but this is one of the few times I think it works very well. I guess it could have been worse. Valentino could have also been singing. That would have been bad. You can just feel the agony, the pain that Angel is in, the deal that he made, and now he regrets his choices. Because even though it's like he's in paradise, it's not. He's all alone, and he knows that. And you can just feel his agony and his anguish. Now, granted, if I had any problems with the song, it's kind of repetitive, not gonna lie. Like, I kind of wish there was a little bit more variety, and also the song wasn't only like 2 minutes long. Like, just give us an extra 30 seconds. That would be really good. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Poison, but the top 2 just had no problems at all. And while Poison just was a little too repetitive to put any higher than number 3, but maybe this one will grow back higher on me as time goes on. but for now, it's staying in number 3.
Dad, stop! He's defending this hotel! How come he can have faith in me, but my own father can't?
Even though More Than Anything is my second favorite song from this OST, I don't really have a ton to say on this song, so I'm just gonna kind of run through this. To start off, Lucifer's opening section is very heartbreaking. You can feel the agony. He doesn't want Charlie to continue because he cares for Charlie, and he doesn't want her getting crushed, and I can respect that. That's beautiful. This opening is just beautiful, and it's really good. And then there's Charlie's section. Charlie's section is not quite as heart-tugging as Lucifer's, but it's really, really good. She's both happy and sad, which is something you usually don't get in songs, and I quite like how it sounds. Granted, if I had a problem with this section, I think it's a bit too long, which is kind of a shame. Which is weird, it's about the exact same section as Lucifer's, but it just feels longer, and it's hard to place it into words, but it just is. It feels way too long. And then there's this ending section. This is really good. Charlie and Lucifer have such good synergy. So much better than Angel and Husk from Loser Baby. Not even a question. They just sound so good. And this song just, it tugs at the heartstrings. And I love this song, but unfortunately, it was not beating out my number 1.
Right now, she's off learning how to protect everything we've worked for.
Kill me all you want for having Out for Love in first place. I honestly could not give a single damn. This song is genuinely perfect, and I cannot help but dance to the song every time I hear it. There is zero, and I mean zero, problems with this song. Carmilla sounds perfect in the song, so much better than other performances. It's not even a question. The instrumental is also flawless and perfect, and so is the writing. Just everything Carmilla says about Vag needing to fight stronger to protect Charlie after Charlie found out she was an exorcist, it's really good. The only thing I can see a song doing better is having Vaggie sing, but again, Vaggie having a high-pitched voice in so many of these songs probably would not be good for the song, so I don't even mind it being a solo act. I also don't care if it's repetitive. Again, a song can be repetitive and good, and this song, it does that perfectly. I love this song. If you don't love the song, I can understand that, but this song is just, it's perfect for me. My easy favorite. And with that, we have completed Hazbin Hotel's Season 1's OST. This is a very good OST for the most part. Granted, there are 5 songs I don't like coming back to much at all, but there are some I think are pretty solid. In fact, here's my tier list. Pretty positive, and I can't wait to see what Season 2 will give us. I was planning on waiting until Season 2, but I was too impatient, so screw it, I'll do it right now. So, what I'm probably going to do next is something I've been wanting to do for a good while. Mario's Madness V2 Re-Rank. Till that time comes, though, I'm Sailor Mercury, and I'll see you next time.